So you actually only need to make one change inside of your video business or your freelance videography career if you actually want to start getting more clients here in 2025.
You can't fuck any of this up. You know what I mean? It's like there's nothing to mess up. I will turn this.
And the only thing that you actually need to start doing is you need to implement a repeatable system. Now wait, before you go, in this video today, I'm gonna outline the only real two systems that you can have, and I'm gonna show you the approach and system that I personally use to generate leads for my business, and why I believe that it's the most beneficial way for creatives just like you to be able to actually get more leads and more clients here in 2025. For those out there who do not know who I am, my name is Evan Andrews, and for the past 2 years, I have been helping coach other videographers to help them add 5- and 6-figure retainers into their video business and help them grow and scale to feats and lengths that they never thought possible. So like I said, there's actually only two systems that you can implement inside of your business to actually generate leads for yourself and for your video services. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna jump into the iPad here, and I'm gonna explain the difference between the two. So the two different ways that you can actually generate leads for your video business is you can do inbound or outbound. And we're gonna briefly explain a little bit about the two and the ways that they can potentially work. So what most of you guys are out there doing, especially when you get started, or even if you are pretty established, I think a lot of people still continue on this grind, and it makes their job feel like a grind, and that's not what we want to do with our careers. But a lot of people focus on outbound. Right? So how can we, what does outbound actually mean? Well, you can do cold outreach. This is through the form of email, cold calling, texting, whatever it might be. A lot of people do networking events. A lot of you guys go out to networking events thinking that you're going to build relationships with these different entrepreneurs or, like-minded creatives or, whatever. And they ultimately return in the form of next to nothing. Now, do networking events work in some cases? Yes, they do, but I personally believe that they're not the most efficient use of your time. But other things that you can do direct pitches. I know a lot of people do like a Loom strategy where they will take all of this time to make Loom videos, send them over to somebody in hopes that they, want more information on, how they can help them. And then the dreaded one that I personally loathe the most is cold calling. If you ever have gotten a cold call from anybody to your cell phone, to your business line, whatever it is, you know that you hate those cold callers themselves. So why would you actually want to act like one inside of your business? But I think one of the best ways that you can actually, build rapport with the clients and have actually people coming to you is by building out an inbound system, right? And there's a lot of different varieties and ways, just like with outbound, that you can build inbound systems. One of the first ones that you can do completely on an organic setup is make content. Right? Alex Ramosi talks a lot about how making content builds goodwill. And then eventually when you have a either significant audience size or, a viable product, you can then go for an ask through your content and direct people towards how they can get in touch with you, so on and so forth. You can do many, many forms of marketing, right? I think when most people think marketing, we think paid advertising in the form of ads, something like that. I even look at, any print media, anything like that. That is an ad. You're paying for something, you're putting it in a placement, and that's advertising, right? So various forms of marketing. SEO is one that I think is becoming a bit of a dinosaur because of the way that actually people are searching now. A lot of people are searching on platforms like Instagram, TikTok, even Facebook, YouTube, right? Not so much just going right to a search engine to get the answers or the possible outlets for what it is that we're looking for, right? But SEO is another one that you can actually do. And then another one that, again, for every videographer out there, I know that the only inbound system that most of you guys actually rely on are your referrals. And I know a lot of scenarios where referrals actually build a business. But the problem with referrals is that they're not consistent, and you never know when they're going to dry up, and you just never know when you're going to kind of outgrow that group or those people that are actually sending you those referrals. So what is actually a better way that we can actually attract new leads and new prospects into our video business and get people into our ecosystem. So what's actually a better way that we can start generating leads and new prospects inside of our ecosystems as videographers, as video business owners? Well, the way that I actually like to do this is I actually like to do this through the form of ads, and particularly ads on places like Instagram, Facebook to a certain extent and to a certain degree, depending on a couple of factors. But I particularly like to use Instagram to be able to capture attention, run people to specific pieces of content or, my feed in general, and then pushing those people to the call to action of getting inside of my DMs and chatting with me literally live. This has been the most efficient way that I've actually had conversations that lead to the next step, which in this case, after this, would be a sales call. And then me being able to close more deals inside of my video business by using this formula here. There's a million and one other ad strategies, places that you can run people, all of that. But as a creative, as somebody who likes to make content and makes it consistent every single month, I'm filling up a placement like my IG with stuff every single day. So why would I not want to run their eyes to that placement and then be able to give an ask of DM me this and let's chat? That is the easiest way that I have been able to actually bring in more prospects and close more deals inside of not only my video business, but my video coaching business as well. So it works for all kinds of different industries, and it works for people that aren't so tech savvy. It doesn't take a huge tech stack in the back, like a big CRM or all of these things and components that you have to be able to make, traditional kind of ad strategies really work. It's very seamless, and it can literally be all done on your phone and a little bit on the computer. But this by far has been my favorite way to actually generate more leads and generate more sales inside of my business. And it is exactly what I help other people also understand and implement inside of their businesses. And there's really three main reasons why I love this strategy more than any other strategy out there. And what it does is it builds consistent lead flow for me. Every day I wake up and I have new DMs. I have new DMs throughout the day. So I have people inquiring about what it is that I do through this simple process here. And the beauty of it is it combines really my long-term content strategy with like a short-term action. And that just allows people to be able to make decisions that are informed for themselves. I am not clickbaiting them with something and then like a bait and switch kind of tactic. They can literally go figure out everything about me. They can get, inside of my ecosystem in a way that makes sense for them. And it's very, very much a natural part of the process where they don't actually have to give me over things like their phone number and their email. And it's very less evasive and less intrusive. And ultimately, for me, grows more of like a personal bond with somebody and ultimately has them trust me even that much more when I do get them into a buying situation. And then also overall, the last thing that it does is it inevitably builds my audience at the same time it generates me leads. Because even though I can build an audience right now, that some of those pieces of that audience might not be ready to purchase anything from me or do business with me. But over time, they get into my ecosystem, maybe they become a follower. I am releasing that content, and those people are using their eyes to see that, right? They're inside of my ecosystem. They are getting fed the things that I am putting up daily. And that just helps nurture them to a point where inevitably they will know to come to me when they want a specific problem solved. And then so there you have it. That is the simple breakdown between inbound and outbound systems, and the system that I use that is an inbound system that brings me consistent leads each and every single day for my video business and my video coaching business, and is the same system that I help other people out there implement inside of their video businesses as well. So if you are a videographer, you got all the way through this video and you're just telling yourself, hey, I need more leads. I need to be able to talk to more people. I need to be able to put myself in a situation where I can grow going in and through 2025. Down in the description below in this video is a link back to my Instagram. If you go over to my Instagram, you can check out some of my content, see everything that I do, see how I talk to people and what I help them do. But you can send me a DM over there on Instagram. If you DM me the word grow, I'll specifically know that you watched one of my long form videos here on YouTube. I'll know that you are really actually ready to grow going in to 2025 and crush it and actually build the business that you actually want to have. I'll chat with you one-on-one right there in my DMs. I'll give you a little bit more insight into what it is that I actually do and how I help people. And then we'll schedule some time to talk a little bit more in depth on a call and make sure that it might be the right fit for you before you make any decisions from there. So again, if you got all the way through here, find me over on Instagram, DM me the word grow if you are a videographer that wants to get more clients in 2025. So again, in the description below, find that link back to my Instagram, subscribe here on YouTube where I'm releasing content as much as I can this year in 2025. And I will see you guys in the next one.